Hello, I just want to give you a little bit of a tutorial on how to navigate inside the Canvas module for watercolor class Art 127 for this accelerated term. So I'm in the student view of Canvas right now, and I just wanted to let you know I have it all set up in terms of modules. Some of this isn't accessible right now because the course doesn't start until later, but I just wanted to show you how you can get in to the various places you need to be. So if you hit the syllabus tab here, you're going to have access to the syllabus. If you just click that link, you can download the syllabus and have access to it all the time, and I would certainly recommend that you keep referring back to the syllabus if there's any questions on how to communicate or what the grading criteria is, etc. Go ahead and go into the syllabus. I'm not going to download it now. But what's also important about this tab is it gives you a sense of the due dates. So I would check back with this often, especially in this accelerated course. You can see things come pretty fast and furious. If you have your first assignment due on December 18th, it's not that complex, but you will have to watch some videos. Probably as much video time as you would spend in a classroom. You'll be watching tutorials, and then you also have a quiz so a week from the start date you'll have your first quiz due. This one, for instance, is due December 30th at essentially midnight, and then you'll have to do some peer reviews before noon the next day. So on all the assignments you'll have to do 3 peer reviews looking at other students' work within 12 hours of the due date. But this gives you an idea of when to expect the due dates. And the quizzes, you only have a few minutes to take a quiz. They'll be worth 20 points. They'll either be 10 or 20 questions. The final quiz is worth 20 points also, but there's 20 questions. And this tells you when you can take it. So it's due December 22nd by midnight. You have to take it on December 22nd before midnight, and you'll have 20 minutes to take the quiz. It's open note and open internet, anything, and you get 2 attempts to answer each question, but you have to have completed it sometime during the day on December 22nd from midnight to midnight. So we'll go back and you can see when that's due and plan on it as you go through this course. Each assignment has a rubric attached that tells you exactly what to expect for each section of the assignment, and I'm going to grade accordingly. So each assignment is worth 100 points each, so you can look through that. The assignments themselves are locked, so I'm going to go back out of student view in order to show you what to do with an assignment. So you'll submit either written or images within the assignment. But I have things set up in modules. So let's look at the lesson 1 module here. So this is the general lesson information will be underneath this first header. So again, you can get the syllabus this way as well. It's always going to be available in the Getting Started lesson 1 module. And then I've created a lecture video for each lesson. So you'll want to do that first thing is to listen to the lecture video. And I'll just pull it up for a minute and let you see what happens there. So it goes to YouTube and finds my video there. So you'll want to listen to that. This first one is about 20 minutes. That's the longest one. So be sure to watch that before you do anything else, and then you'll know what assignments are in this first module. And this is locked, so I can't show you what the actual assignment is, but you can see the grading criteria. I'll go back to that in a minute. Also within the module, and remember to hit that little down arrow to expand the lesson, you're going to have a lot of video demonstrations and resources. These are going to be inside the assignment, but they're also available here. First, how to size down your watercolor paper, some basic watercolor brush strokes, some Sumier style bamboo. These are all videos that you'll want to watch to give you further information. I encourage you to watch the directions before you ask questions. I don't hesitate to ask questions, but make sure you've read the directions first. So all of those resources will be inside the assignment, and they'll also be there inside the module. You're going to have to come up with a theme that carries you throughout the term. So giving you an example of a different student who took a theme of a teapot and carried it throughout 6 different assignments. Gives you some ideas how you can vary the idea of one subject throughout various assignments. So that's lesson 1. Lesson 2 module, it's not the getting started module anymore, but once again, right under the general lesson information, you're going to have the lecture 2 video. And so I'll just show you that for a minute. So this one is only 13 minutes, so it's not as long as the other one is. But be sure you watch that first. We'll back up, go back to the module for lesson 2, and then for every assignment, you're going to have to follow the general assignment directions. There's a link to it inside each assignment, but make sure you're following all those directions. I'll just show you the PDF. It'll come up as a place you can download it and have it for reference, but it also will show here. So it tells you what the due dates and grading policy is. It'll tell you the general directions on all the assignment work, what you have to have responsible for, and then how to do the digital uploads to Canvas, what I expect. So that is for every assignment, and that'll be attached in every assignment as well as every module. So that's how I want you to navigate. So now I'm going to leave the student view and go into my instructor view just to show you the assignment and what you can expect once you get inside an assignment. So for the first assignment, it's going to give you getting started with watercolor. It's going to tell you what learning outcomes are satisfied, and then give you specific what you're expected to do in terms of objectives. It has the minimum materials that are required to complete this assignment specifically. And then there's a summary of what's deliverable at the end of the assignment. So you're going to have to, for instance, for this one, you're going to do a written theme sentence. You're going to do a minimum of 2 images for exercise 1, SQRS practice. And for the next exercise, there's 2 exercises. In this is exercise 2 is brushwork exercises. And then ensure all the images are leveled, skewed, cropped, etc. And be sure to read the directions on how to take a good image and how to prepare an image before you upload it. And then I want you to include a size reference for each image so that I know you're satisfying the size requirement. So for instance, this first exercise, you're going to choose a theme. It gives you directions on how to do that. And exercise 2, you'll want to watch these videos in order to complete the assignment. For brushwork exercises, you're going to want to watch the practice strokes, practice a little bit, and then you'll have to do a composition, one or the other. And here's some examples of different compositions. So that's an example of the first assignment. When you get into the assignment, we'll go to assignment number 2. This will be available in the module once the term has begun. So here's assignment number 2. Again, it tells you what learning outcomes are satisfied, specifically what you're going to be doing, and the minimum materials required for this particular assignment, and then what your deliverables will be at the end. So exercise 1 value chart, you're going to have to watch this grayscale chart in how to create a grayscale chart, and then how to create your value chart, and then how to do a graded wash. This is by Bob Davies. You'll see how to do it in here, and this is at a larger scale, and then it tells you exactly what you need to do and an example image of what you should be gearing toward. Yours might be a little bit different because you might have different complemented paints. And then exercise 2 is a monochromatic wash painting. Again, there's two different examples of how to do a monochromatic wash, and then finally exercise 3. So each assignment will be either between 2 or 3 exercises, and then you'll have to apply all those concepts for a themed painting that's a monochromatic wash painting. And then at the bottom of the assignment is the grading rubric. So once you've seen it, you can see exercise 1, exercise 2, and exercise 3, how that's going to be graded. Each time you're going to be graded on your image preparation as well as how well you critique. So I will plan on grading after all the student critiques are finished. So that 12-hour period after the due date, once that's completed, then I'll go in and grade your assignment. And I'll try to get that done within 2 days of the original due date. So that's how to navigate Canvas. Let me just go into a course that's ongoing right now so I can show you how a submit button might work. So this is the same course that's happening in class. So it's similar, and show you what it looks like in order to submit an assignment. So we'll do this one. So there's going to be a blue submit button up here. Once you're finished all the exercises, you're going to hit the submit button, and then it gives you a file upload option. So you're going to choose your file, remember where you kept it, and I've restricted the file types to JPEG images. So if you try to submit something that's not a JPEG, it won't accept it. And then if you have a text entry option or requirement, you'll want to click that tab there, or you can also upload from your Google Drive. So remember to look through these tabs. So this is where you're going to submit your images. You can also add comments if there's something you need me to do, or if there's a specific requirement for clarification on an image. You can type those in there, or you can put it into the text entry box. You have a couple of different options on that. And for this course, we didn't have peer review requirement, so I can't really show you that. But this tells you when it's due and how many points it's worth. Your final is going to be worth more. And then how do you submit, and the file types that you can submit in a file upload. And then when is it available? Those is all the critical information that you want to keep track of. The last thing I wanted to show you was that if you ever get stuck, there are some student resources, learner support here. So there is a Canvas guide for students to help you figure out things if you can't get a hold of the help desk. This is how you can get some help along the way. It tells you how to take a quiz, what assignments are about, how to navigate a course, how to work through modules. So that's another resource for you inside the module. Okay, so that's the Canvas initiation video. I'm certainly open to answering questions, but I would ask that you read the directions and watch the directional videos ahead of time.